Hello everyone, and welcome to MyniQ podcast. I'm your host, and I'll be sharing short English stories and conversations with you every day. Today's episode is When Silence Falls. And the text level is 6. Learn how to talk about things that might happen and things that describe other things. Stick around till the end for 5 quick questions to test your understanding. Alright then, let's get listening.
When silence falls. The world had ended in a blink of an eye. The once blue sky was now a deep, foreboding gray. The air was thick with the smell of smoke and ash. I stood amidst the ruins of what was once my home, my heart heavy with grief. It started on that fateful day when Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast caused mass hysteria. People believed an alien invasion was underway, and chaos ensued. The world descended into darkness as governments collapsed and society crumbled. Now, I'm one of the few survivors, wandering this desolate landscape in search of answers. I've lost count of time days blend together in this endless expanse of destruction. My only solace is the silence that falls with each passing moment, a reminder that I'm not alone in my grief. But as I walked, I noticed something peculiar. The silence seems to be growing louder, more profound. It's as if the world itself is whispering a haunting truth that even in the midst of chaos, there's always room for peace.
Now, let's move on to the conversation between Billy, Meg, Kelly, and their teacher, Louis, after reading the novel.
What's up with the world ending in a blink of an eye? That's some crazy stuff.
I know, right? I felt like I was right there with the protagonist, experiencing the chaos and destruction. The author did an amazing job of putting us inside the character's head.
Well, that's exactly what made this novel so effective. It wasn't just a plot-driven story, it was an emotional journey for the reader as well.
And I loved how the author used the War of the Worlds broadcast to set off the whole chain reaction of events. That was such a clever way to explore the theme of mass hysteria and how quickly things can spiral out of control.
Yeah, it's like, 1 minute you're listening to this radio show, and the next thing you know, people are freaking out and running around like headless chickens. It was so believable.
I think what I loved most about this novel was the way it explored the idea that even in the midst of chaos, there's always room for peace. That was such a beautiful message to take away from it.
And it's not just the characters who learn that lesson, the reader does too. We're forced to confront our own values and priorities in the face of adversity.
Absolutely, and I think that's what makes this novel so relatable. It's not just a story about a post-apocalyptic world, it's a story about us, right here, right now.
Now, let's test your understanding of the novel and the dialogue with 5 questions. Question 1. What was the cause of mass hysteria in the novel? A. A war between countries. B. An alien invasion broadcast on the radio. C. A natural disaster like a hurricane. D. A pandemic outbreak. E. The world ending due to climate change. The answer is B. An alien invasion broadcast on the radio. Question 2. Who are the characters discussing the novel? A. Billy, Carrie, and Louis' sister. B. Carrie, Meg, and Louis. C. Meg, Billy, and their friend. D. Louis, Billy, and Carrie's mom. E. The 3 main characters in the story. The answer is C. Meg, Billy, and their friend. Question 3. What was the theme of the novel according to Meg? A. That even in chaos there's always room for peace. B. That the world ending is just a normal part of life. C. That we should all be more like Lua. D. That Billy and Carrie are very smart. E. At the end of the world is not a big deal. The answer is A. That even in chaos there's always room for peace. Question 4. What did Billy love about the novel? I. The way it explored the idea of mass hysteria. B. The way it used the War of the Worlds broadcast to set off events. C. The way it portrayed Lula as a hero. D. The way it showed the characters learning and growing. E. The way it ended with no resolution. The answer is B. The way it used the War of the Worlds broadcast to set off events. Question 5. According to Lua, what did the reader learn from the novel? I. How to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. B. That the world ending is not a big deal. C. To confront their own values and priorities. D. How to be more like Billy and Terry. E. That the end of the world is just the beginning. The answer is C. To confront their own values and priorities. That's it for today's quiz. How many did you answer correctly? Thanks for tuning in to my channel today. I hope you enjoyed the stories and conversations and found the quiz challenging yet fun. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for more daily English learning content. Until next time, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day.